Okay, so now Jaws. So yeah, I chose Jaws obviously as our new member, but I'm gonna evolve into for alligator, and then I'll start the episode. So yeah. There, finally. Sorry, you probably caught that. I was speeding through, like, I just needed to evolve him ASAP, so I just fast forward it all. Okay, now we got for alligator. Now the episode will start. Welcome back, everyone. This is Tara, and as you can see on the side, and probably in the beginning, I recorded me evolving our Pokemon Jaws. I think I'm gonna put it in the beginning of this episode. But yes, we have Jaws, aka for alligator. Now is for alligator. So the moves are Faint Attack, Crunch, Beat Up, and Moonlight. I was so shocked when I saw Moonlight. Also, it's a dark type, dark and normal type. So I think actually, I don't think I'm weak to Ghost type now since I'm normal. Or if it doesn't matter if I'm normal, it's still whatever. If I don't know. We'll see. We'll see if Ghost moves can attack me. But yeah, so that's our new member, and we're going to. I think we're gonna go to continue on to the cave, to that ice cave, whatever it's called. But yeah, that's where we are right now. Also, okay, so I said on Friday that I was gonna basically this is gonna be. Every Monday, I'm going to talk about what happened on Friday's episode of The Amazing Race. So I'm going to continue it. I'm going to do that. So the winners of Friday's episode was Tyler and Corey. They got first place. I seriously thought for a second that the dancers, I forgot the dancer's name. Dancer's name, let's see. Sorry, I'm loading it up on my phone. Dana and Matt. I thought Dana and Matt were gonna be, they were gonna get the front, or like they were gonna. I think they were there first. Either they were there first, or no. Kurt and Brody were there first. But I saw that Dana and Matt were finishing up quickly, so that's what I thought was gonna happen. But it ended up that. Okay, first, I'm starting not to like Dana because she seems extremely annoying throughout the whole thing. Like, when they were building it, like, she was such a sourpuss, and I don't know, she was just like, she was over it so quickly that it seemed extremely annoying. Let's see, what else? So yeah, Kurt and Brody got second. Let's switch to horns. They got second place. Also, Scott and Blair. If you remember what happened on Friday, last time I talked, I think it was Thursday. I think it was Thursday that I talked about it. But Scott and Blair got last place on the last race. But this time they got 9th, I think. Yeah, I think 9th. They got 9th. Sadly. And I'm so sad that Maddie and I forgot her mom's name. Megan, I think. Yeah, Marty and Megan. They sadly lost, and they actually left. So it wasn't a double elimination. It was just a single elimination. But yeah, oh my god, I wanted them. Okay. So they were supposed to do. Okay, let's just start over and talk about what they were supposed to do. I should probably do that. Talk about what they're supposed to do, and then say, talk about the people. But okay, this episode they went to Colombia, and they had to. I know there's a trainer up here. Sorry, let's go back into the game for a second. I know, yeah. There's a coin, Pokeball in there. We'll get it. And we already caught a Pokemon here, so we can't get anything here. But yeah, so this episode they went to Colombia. And they had to do one of two things. They either had to... Oh, no. First, they had to do their main challenge, which was they had to go into this mud volcano. And in this mud volcano, they had to find satchels along the perimeter of the mud. And these satchels had emeralds, and I was like, oh, it's pretty easy. But I guess, like, first of all, the second, I forgot who it was, but one of them forgot. They don't even know the color of an emerald, apparently, because I think they got like a quartz. They picked up a quartz and like, is this an emerald? And then just went down to see if it was an emerald. And I'm like, you know what an emerald looks like, don't you? But yeah, so that was their main challenge. And then their roadblock was they had to either, what was it? They had to either, I should probably take notes, just so I could refresh my memory about everything. But they had to either cook a meal, or they had to build this like canopy kind of thing. Which I was confused. I was like, I thought right before everyone went there, I thought they were all gonna pick the cooking, because cooking's pretty fast to do. But you know, well, they don't know what they're cooking, so there's that too. Oh, don't remember seeing it like this. The ice caves. Oh yeah, and we also get a Pokemon here, so whatever it is, we'll get it. But yeah, so they had to either cook a meal, which was, I don't remember what it was. No, yeah, I remember. It was either they had to cook a. I'm also trying to remember. No, I did it wrong. I'm trying to remember. What was it? It's like this? No. 1 second, let me just figure this out, and then I'll continue. Oh, there it is. Okay. So they either had to cook they either had to cook fish, so it was normal fish. They had a not cook, not just normally cook. They had to oh, this is really bad, because I'm thinking about what they did, and okay, I see. They had to cook a fish, or fry a fish. They had to fry a fish, and then they had to get a side of rice, and then they had to get, what's it called? I guess it was like banana. Oh, it's rollout. We already had them, so let's just do away with them, I guess. So they had to get, like, I guess it was banana, and then they had to smush it, and then they also had to get something else. Oh, the lettuce and tomatoes. They had to get lettuce and tomatoes, and that was their dish, which is extremely easy to make. So, so basically, what happened was all the people who were close to the last place got the fishing challenge, or did the cooking. So that's how they caught up. So, and in my mind, I'm like, obviously, if the people in front in the first place would have done the cooking, they would have been done a long time ago. So yeah, cooking challenge was the challenge to do instead. Let's go to get strength. What should I teach it to though? I don't remember what Rocky Road has. Yes. Ooh. Let's check out what everyone has first. Oh wait, I haven't taken away Safeguard. I could take Safeguard away from Luna. Come on, yes. Safeguard. Okay. But yeah, so obviously the cooking challenge was faster, and they should have probably done that instead of building a canopy, because what happened was they had to build it. So the other thing was they had to build a canopy exactly the same as how it was presented. So it was basically like a four. It was basically a four. Like, there were little squares, and they had to basically make the last square in that 2x2. So when they were building it, I guess a lot of them weren't paying attention. So the ones who were supposed were like the ones who got there first and second to that challenge. They messed up and they just placed wood, and they didn't see that the stands or like the support they're all facing in one direction, but they placed them in a completely different direction. But Corey and Tyler saw that it was in a particular they were facing a particular way, so then they already knew that, oh, watch out, we need to do it like this and not just place wood. And that's how, even though they got their third, they ultimately ended in first. But yeah, so they weren't paying attention. So I think they're Kurt and Brody and which one is the other one? And Donna and Matt, they got there. They were basically second. They ended up second and third because they weren't paying attention, just like I am right now. Okay, hold on. I could go back. Okay, so yeah, so they weren't paying attention at all. And then some other people, I think, most of the other people, like Sherry and Cole. I'm starting to like Sherry and Cole. Sherry is pretty, I love her a lot. Cole is getting not terribly horrible anymore, or annoying. Jessica and Brittany, they're getting better. Or I really like them, but they're getting they're giving more character, so I like that a lot. Let's see. Zach and Rachel were so stupid. I think they're those stupid ones, right? Yeah. What they did was they I guess they didn't understand what the challenge was, so they made their own individual square away from the other three squares, the other 2x2. So they created their own. So then when they saw it, I guess they saw everybody else's, and then they saw that, oh wait, it's supposed to be the missing square we're supposed to build, that missing square we're supposed to build. And so they had a, so I guess they had to move the whole thing. And then Zach was like, let's just pick it up, and then we'll place it over there. And then Rachel's like, are you stupid? Basically, she said, are you stupid? We can't do it like that. So then they had to make their own holes again. Make other holes, and I guess what I would have done was probably, actually I don't know what I would have done, but they ultimately they had to place it at the right location. And also the cooking challenge, that was the major trouble with the canopy challenge, was that the main supports were facing the wrong way, and that's it. I'm trying to see how to do this. Okay. Yes. First one down. Before this episode ends, I want to do all this. So I might extend a little bit. But yeah, but then the only trouble, the only person who had trouble with the cooking challenge was Zach and Blair, and kind of Cameron and Darius, was that they had to, they burnt, or like, they were having trouble with the fish, because Blair and her dad, they were and Scott, they were undercooking the food, so the fish was still red. I mean, it's not sushi, it's supposed to be well done. And then Cameron and Darius, they burnt their food, and they basically burnt almost everything, so I could tell somebody doesn't make their own food. So that was their huge trouble. Kurt and Brody, their huge trouble was just the food. Not the food. The supports. Scott and Blair was the fish being undercooked. I felt so bad for Marty and Hagen. I have no idea. I'm so sorry. Well, they're gone, so I don't have to say their name again. That sounds bad, but yeah. Their problem was they forgot. I guess I don't know if they didn't know or they forgot that they can take. I guess okay, maybe it was just they expected the next challenge to be close, so they started running towards the next challenge, and they basically wasted a lot of time getting to the beach, and they wasted a lot of time getting back to their taxi. And what they should have done was what I would have done was the moment that I saw that it should be close, it's not close. Let's turn back, because if it's taking so long just to get there, imagine how long it's gonna take to go back. Actually, let me take this back up. But yeah, they just wasted a lot of time running to the beach. So that was that was the one thing that that effed them up a lot. If they would have just run back right when they noticed that this is kind of far, let's bring the taxi back, that probably would have saved them the game, and they would have gone in it, or they would have done a lot better. But now they sadly didn't go back. So it was so sad, because then Cameron and Darius, they just walked right, or their cab just went right past them, and I was just like, no, I feel so bad. But yeah, they got eliminated. And then Maddie and Hagen, oh yeah, that's what I said. Jessica and Brittany, they had no trouble making the food, and they just raced through that challenge, or went through that challenge without a scratch. Dana and Matt, they had that support mishap. Zach and Rachel, they just didn't place it in the right area. I think they built it right. It was just that they didn't place it in the right spot. Okay, I'm done with this. So let's go down. And let's get some items. Stardust, okay. Sherry and Cole, I think they're huge. They're worst. The only problem they had was finding those flights. Was finding the flights to to Colombia. But yeah, that was their major trouble. Not even a little bit. They had finding the satchel, and the cooking they did well. That was yeah, I think they cooked. But yeah, they finished fast with the cooking. They didn't have any trouble. Ooh, let's go see what item this is. Max potion, okay. And then Aaron and Jocelyn, they cooked also, and they didn't have any trouble. This is why I'm saying that people should have just cooked, because that was pretty much the easiest challenge to do, was the cooking one, and everyone who did it finished it super fast. If Cole and actually I don't even know if they're good at cooking, but if Tyler and Corey would have cooked, I'm sure they would have been at the next area super fast, or a lot faster. Bernie and Ashley did the canopy. The canopy they finished well. They kind of got set back a little bit, because, or actually, were they the ones? Yeah, they got also set back because they placed the supports on a wrong angle. So then they had to do it again, but then they finished that one quick. So I think they got second or third. They got second or third. Oh yeah, okay. So Tyler and Corey got first. I'm just gonna say first, second, and third. Who got first, second, and third for each episode, or for every time we talk about this. Tyler and Corey first. Second was Kurt and Brody. third was Bernie and Ashley. But yeah, and then Tyler and Corey, the only trouble they had was they had to. Actually, I don't think they had any trouble throughout the whole thing. Maybe a little bit. Oh yes, they only had one trouble. Corey was the one who went up on the mud volcano. But when he went up on the mud volcano, I guess he didn't know. He dropped his emerald on the way down. So that was a major problem. That was only their major problem, was that Corey dropped his. Okay, we're on the next city. Hooray! That was his major problem. That he dropped it, so he had to go back up. And even with that, they made it to first place. So yeah, we're in the next town. Probably next episode, or actually we don't need to heal anybody because everybody's super healthy. Luna went this whole episode. So what I might do is actually no. I don't want to do that. What I might do is let's see everyone's level. Probably. I'll probably get them all to level 40. Actually, 39. Let's get everyone. Between this episode and the next episode, I'll get everyone up to level 39, and then we'll go to the gym. Because because we don't know what type the gym is gonna be. Usually, it's even because they keep their stats. So even though they're not dragon types anymore, they still have they still have their stats and I don't know. We're 39. I'm gonna get everyone to level 39 between this episode and the next episode.